I'm a huge fan of midfield. I think
Yeah.
everyone says, people say that attack wins games, defense wins championships. I think it's all about the midfield. As long as you have a solid midfield, they will do all the work for you. That's your engine room. So we need a playmaker that can use one pass to disrupt the defense. And Nigeria does not have that.
Yeah, so our viewers, don't forget to subscribe if you've not done so, and hit the like button, and continue to stay with us and support us in this project. So, AFCON. Chom, I don't know if you had time to look at the games. Just, I don't know, of course, I'm sure you guys watched the Nigerian game.
You
I
mean
did watch the
the
Nigerian game.
draw tournaments?
Yeah,
Draw.
we promise our viewers that we're going to try to at least do the big games as they come on this channel and review the games. Today we had Nigeria play Equatorial Guinea. Many who know or follow African football will think that Nigeria will run away with this one, with the area of stars that they have in EPL and in Europe, but somehow managed to escape defeat. That's the way I would put it. After squandering a lot of chances, because Osimhen, of all people, was guilty of squandering about a couple of chances, and so many other ones that came there. Uchukwueze was there. Alex Iwobi was in the team. Name it. There are so many players in the EPL or in Europe that play for Nigeria, and still they couldn't manage to get the win over Equatorial Guinea. I don't know what you guys, the little stats I saw in the game. We had, Nigeria had 7 shots on target, as against Guinea's 1, and the one they had, they scored. Off target, they had 4. Nigeria had 6. Possession, Equatorial Guinea had 51% possession against Nigeria's 49. And they played 6 corners, and Nigeria played none. So it's kind of tricky, these numbers, how the game panned out. Ugum, let me start with you. I don't know what's your overall thoughts about the Nigeria Equatorial Guinea game.
I would say, first of all, there are no minnows anywhere again. And when you come to an international tournament, especially in Africa, with the way Africa is, do not treat any country as a minnow now more than ever. I think that there'll be major surprises in this tournament. You already see from the 3 games played so far. Egypt couldn't beat Mozambique. Ghana just loved to stay ready, and Nigeria drew. But having said that, Nigeria were supposed to win that game clearly. For everybody that watched it, many people have likened Nigeria to Arsenal with the way we missed chances as if we didn't come to the party. Yeah, I want that, but that's true. We missed tons of chances. This game was supposed to be this game was supposed to be at least a 3-4-1 win. Victor Osimhen was right there in front of the goalkeeper 2 times. Easy, just slot. Either you go around the keeper and score, or you pick your corner and score. I don't know what's going on with the team. I belong to a forum where we discuss Nigerian football, and once someone said that someone close to the team, said that the players are really tensed up, that they feel like the fans, if they make any mistakes, the Nigerian fans are unforgivable on social media and everywhere. There's a lot of pressure to perform, so they feel, they are not relaxed. They feel they have to deliver. But that's what comes to the terrain. No player that's out there can use that as an excuse that the fans are, on them, and the person wouldn't do what they're supposed to do. And so then our coaching is terrible. Though the coach set up the team the way I would have liked him to set it up, with Iwobi in front of 2 central midfielders to kind of protect him and give him a license to roam. The biggest culprits, again, the past 2 matches Nigeria had before coming to this tournament were the wingers and their wastefulness. From Chukwueze to Ademola Lookman to Moses Simon, these guys will create tons of chances, make terrible decisions in the final third, and the strikers will feed on scraps and not be able to score. And so I felt that the coach needed to. The good thing he did today was getting rid of that goalkeeper that was, a real calamity. and playing a goalkeeper that came in with some confidence. And, from the defense, it was better to see. But as far as taking their chances, as far as building up play, you can see what position statistics say. The team lacks a whole lot. And if it's just one game left. If against Ivory Coast, for example, they're playing against Ivory Coast next. Lose that game, you pack your bags and start heading back towards your club.
Won't they be happy?
And then it's interesting you mentioned talked about pressure. I don't know. I don't buy that story because these players are all based in Europe, where there is even higher stakes and pressure every day. Talk about social media. I don't think that should be an excuse. They need to perform. Like you said, for me, one of the few things I found out about Nigeria going in that game, I looked at. Of course, give them props. They had a sense of urgency, sense of purpose. They were ready to defend the jersey, but that was just about it. On terms of coaching, like you mentioned, I don't know if you and Justice agree with me. I was watching the game with one of my friends, and he was saying, "Pass the ball." I said, "Bro, if you watch Nigeria going forward, we lack numbers. We had at the point you have almost 8 players in the defensive position and trying to go forward. So how you going? There's no way. Whereas when the Peter arrived in our box, he could count 6 players in our box or 5 players. So I think that was one of the major issues that they had. There was no cohesion. Yes, they were trying to fight. Individual brilliance was more of present in their game than a team that was set up to play in certain type of way. So this was my own, of course, the wasted chances. And to correct what you're talking about the wingers, for me, I don't know what you guys think. I think he would have played what I saw from Aribo when he came in. He would have played Aribo as a central midfielder and use Iwobi to replace one of the wingers since they have been well for, because Iwobi at least can give you those runs and those incisive runs and the power from one of the wings, while Aribo will provide some range of passes to make the front players stick. Yes, we can say that Mr. Osimhen lost chances, but how many did he really get? It was because those chances were obvious, but he didn't have many chances to do anything, any damage to the opponent. I don't know what you guys think. Choma, let's hear from you what your thoughts are about that game.
My thoughts. We need to change our coach. He doesn't know what he's doing. Yes, it's very simple. There's no point. All of us, we're just speaking grammar. What do we not have? I've said this thing before. I'm tired of talking about it. We have what it takes. Get us somebody that understands playbook. Somebody to set up. We're here complaining about how Aribo should have been his CM. Aribo from Rangers. Is even this Southampton that killing the guy's career. I don't even know what he's doing there. And now he's in Super Eagles. They don't even know how to place that guy very well. Is it that he didn't watch him when he was in Rangers or something? As in, we're talking about Iwobi's playing loss. The same Iwobi that played in Arsenal, played in Everton, and he's in Fulham now. So what is the problem? Is it that we don't have the men? We have the men. And those Simon Chukwueze and that is, what will I call him? His accomplice that are busy missing ball like Anthony of Manchester United. I don't even have what to say. I don't have anything to say to them. As far as I'm concerned, we have more boys. We have why did they call Gift Oven? Why did they call all these boys? Why did you even call somebody? Leave these boys wherever. Just keep them there. Because see, that's the problem I have with Simon. He always gives me these heartbreaking misses. You can't be too playful on the ball when you have to release. Who plays football like that? Who does that? And now we're here talking about, what are we even saying? Is it the choice of his goalkeeper? Is it today that we'll talk about it? That man is not, he does not understand what to do with Super Eagles. I'm telling you the truth. What we have is a case of bad coaching. NFF always sleeping on this matter. They don't care. They're saying that fans are going to be of course, at least, thank God Ghana lost. We diverted and started feeding on them. Did I just say on air, thank God Ghana lost? I beg, disclaimer. Ghana, I am sorry. But we were rooting for Ghana. I was rooting for Ghana because in my head, I'm like, oh, West Africa, dear West Africa. What are we going to do? And Ghana now came.
Yeah, of course. Ghana looked a team you could bank on more than Nigeria going to the tournament. With what they did today, I don't even know what to say anymore. Justice, let me touch base with you. Let's speak Equatorial Guinea. I mean, Nigeria played against a team. I believe, yes, they didn't offer much going forward, so to say, in the eye. But the numbers say otherwise. And of course, the keeper for me was man of the match today because he made a lot of saves. And they look athletic. They look strong in duels. You know, they went in strong. You might say that technically they might not be as gifted as Nigerian players, but they stood their own and almost won that game as well. So I don't know what you think about them and, of course, the Nigerian team.
So the first thing I'm going to say is no offense to Equatorial Guinea, but they never reach.
Of course.
We're talking about Nigeria. This is a Nigerian football team. We should not be dragging points with Equatorial Guinea.
I was surprised when the group said that nominals, not
exactly.
The evidence are there.
Like I said, Cha, no offense, excuse me. No offense to Equatorial Guinea. So if there are any fans out there, please forgive me. It's, I'm not trying to insult you guys. I'm just saying, Nigeria, like Choma said, almost every single one of our players plays in Europe. We have the personnel. We have the quality. She has said everything that I need to say. Our coach, I don't know what's going on. We thought we were getting rid of bad coaching. What was the previous guy, German Raw or whatever his name was, and we brought this guy that is even worse. Right? Isn't it the one that took us to play against Sierra Leone and we were up 4-0 and ended up tying the game 4-4? Or am I mistaken?
I think he was.
Yeah, he was. And even the guy has even to Dallas here. They came one time and lost to Mexico. For me, the first day, once the guy came in his first interview, I knew he was not going to do nothing.
So it's really poor. It's really poor. But to touch on something that I actually think is something that Nigeria needs. Nigeria needs a playmaker. Right, we have midfielders, and I'm a huge fan. Anyone that knows me knows how I like to set up my football. I'm a huge fan of midfield. I think everyone says, people say that attack wins games, defense wins championships. I think it's all about the midfield. As long as you have a solid midfield, they will do all the work for you. That's your engine room. So we need a playmaker that can use one pass to disrupt the defense. And Nigeria does not have that. Nigeria does not have that right now.
Yeah, I think this boy Aribo could be coached or developed into that role, depending on what is around him.
At what age?
No, I mean, he has it, but they don't play him. I don't know. Like you said, I agree with you, of course, but I think he has what it takes to at least play in that role. For me, he's a better 10 than Iwobi. Iwobi is not a number 10. Iwobi cannot play.
I agree with you. I agree. What?
Yeah, he's more of a 10 than Iwobi. I think they should have played him in that role because I could see the range of passes that he was delivering when he came in. I mean, sometimes it's easy to come into a game and do that. But if you don't have it, you won't give it.
I agree. But what I personally think is Nigeria needs to go into, the coach needs to go into the Nigerian league. I can guarantee you by the time you look at Rangers or one of this local Ayimba or whatever, one of these local teams, I can guarantee you're going to find a player that will drop your jaw, that can slide into that Nigerian national team right now. And that's what we need. It will be made. They had an interview a few months ago where he talked about the quality of the pitch as to why Nigeria wasn't playing well. Says that they play in Europe and they play on soft grass and they come to this African tournament and the pitch, some is grass, some is sand, and it's not good enough. Yes, to some extent, yes, that will affect the quality of your play. But when you're having all these games and you're playing poorly, enough with the excuses. You're a professional. You're getting paid tons and tons and tons of money to represent your country. Yeah. I don't feel like there's any greater honor as a sportsman than to represent your country. So when you put on that shirt, put it on with your full chest. Don't come here and be giving me excuse. Get a local lad. Get one of these guys that will give their left leg for them to be on the national team, that will run until their heart stops running. get them into that team, and I feel it's going to change the way Nigeria's play is coming along right now, because it's really poor. We should not be playing 10-man defense against Equatorial Guinea when they have the ball. Are you serious right now?
I'm telling you, even when we had the ball, we are 8 men behind. And another thing I found out too is that guy that is our captain, the AFCON. Who is that guy supposed to be in the national team? I don't know why.
Oh, please, please, I beg.
Help us understand why.
You don't know how many days fast we had to fast for trust to come. I beg.
That guy, I don't see anything that is not at the level. Maybe that's why they play 8-man defense to accommodate.
No, the thing is there. I feel like we're lacking this synergy. Like, is the streets will say they are not gelling. They're not gelling. And I don't want to blame everything on the players, because we know these guys. We watch them when they pack their bags and fly back. We watch these guys. These are guys that make things happen. If they are not on the assist, they are the man of the match. They are everything. So what's the problem?
There are two sides to it, right? Let me help you.
The other side.
Okay, go ahead.
The other side, now when you were talking about the poor pitch, yeah, I heard that. My brother was telling me that the pitch was not flat, like he wasn't sitting well. He was talking about some kick that Ademola Lookman tried to make, and then the ball wobbled up or something. I mean, that was still there. You know, we have too many body on that team. That's the problem.
The team who can, the players have to be blamed to an extent, because you can blame the coach, because obviously they don't have a pattern of play. They're just trying to be defensively strong. Then he used Osimhen to score goals. But at the level that this guy, Lookman, Chukwueze, Victor Osimhen, Alex Iwobi, Aribo, all these guys, that sometimes you come into a game, Victor will go to Lookman and they will fashion out a way.
Mm-hmm.
If I make this and make this one, you can talk to yourself. That's what makes you a professional. Sometimes you can take players going to the pitch and they said, forget about what the coach was saying. We need to deliver on this.
Yeah.
This is the way I think we can deliver this game. And you go ahead and you do it, and you win the game. Then you come out, you can talk to the coach. So I get you guys. I've not really, sorry to say, so I've not really been following the Super Eagles, because I've been mad with the way things have been going in Nigerian football. But from what you guys are saying, and I could see it, the coach is not good enough. And obviously, we know how these things happen. Nobody knows the process that produced him as a coach of Nigeria.
But I have a quick question, though. Didn't he coach? I know there was another country he coached, and he did really well with them. What country was that?
He's coached Venezuela. He's coached Venezuela, but he didn't really do any. He didn't.
Oh, okay. Was it
training.
Okay.
I said when the guy was appointed, his first interview that I listened to, I was convinced that the guy will not do nothing for Nigeria. To be honest, I never.
Why did you say?
Yeah, when somebody talks, you know, he just came there and was praising the players, and that was all he said in that interview. That means he didn't show a player that a coach that had done his homework about the team and that knows what he's coming in to do. He was just making general statement how the players are good, this, that. No, this is a team.
I think Nigeria should stop glorifying these foreign coaches and get us a local coach.
Yeah, look at other African teams. They're all doing well with their local coaches. Though I don't know our international. I don't know how many of them are doing well as coach. Apart from Finidi now that is doing well with Enyimba. The last of JJ coach, I don't think they are ready to put in the work. The other person I know is Olise, but of course the process will not want him to be the coach of Super Eagles because he will fight with them.
What about Emmanuel Amunike? Didn't he coach the under 17 to the World Cup?
Yeah, he did, but nobody knows what he did since then. We haven't heard about him coaching any other team.
Politics.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The process,
Politics.
Well, let's round up on Nigeria because we still have Ghana, Cape Verde. That's another surprising result that we got today. Another shocker today. Ghana losing 1-2 against Cape Verde. I remember Justice, this might support what Ugo was saying against what we were saying about Nigeria and Equatorial Guinea. Remember when Nigeria lost to Cape Verde?
Yeah, we lost to Cape Verde.
Non-FIFA wanted to
Yeah.
the Super Eagles player that how can you be losing to Cape Verde?
You were talking.
Today, Ghana is supposed to be carrying, they're supposed to be one of the favorites to win this tournament. Lost 2-1, 1-2 to Cape Verde. I don't know. What's your thoughts on that game, Justice? Let's start with you on this one. No,
So I'll be honest with you. I didn't get a chance to watch the game, so I'm going to pass this over to Ogum or Chama. But I mean, just finding out that that Ghana lost, I guess they say in misery lost company. So Ghana, now well done.
Did you see that game?
Yeah, I saw the game. I saw the Cape Verde actually dominated the game.
Yes.
If we're talking about.
Okay, let me give us the stats. Like of course the goals we are 2-1 Cape Verde. Cape Verde has 5 shots on target against Ghana's 1. They had 2 off target. Ghana has 8. Possession 55 to Cape Verde and 45 to Ghana. Fouls. Yeah. This is where you know that this is African football. Cape Verde has 16 fouls. Ghana has 17 fouls. That's a total of 33 fouls in that game. And of course, Ghana keeper made 3 saves against 0 for Cape Verde. That tells you, where that game was, of course, we are played. So we'll go ahead, continue, sorry.
Yeah, so I thought they play. I like the fluency that Cape Verde plays with. Really good side. A bunch of islanders that some of these boys that grew up in Portugal and mostly Portugal and the rest of them. Very talented, probably playing in the lower divisions in Portugal and the Portugal men league. So they move the ball around, excellent forwards. Their runs, the control of the ball. They frightened Ghana within the first 15 minutes with the way that they attacked. And I think the Ghanaians realized that it wasn't going to be a walk in the park and kind of regrouped and tried to, of course, Thomas Partey wasn't there to kind of hold the midfield together. And so it's Ghana are in transition. I don't know how long that transition will last because for every country, at a point you have a golden generation where most of your players are top class. You better do what you can do and win during that period because once you go past that period, it's going to take years for that another golden generation to come. So that's what's happening to Ghana now. Their players are not quite up to scratch. One of them, Semenyo, plays for Bournemouth. Good player, different player, but he's not any of the Pele boys or any of the major players that they have. He wasn't quite as influential as I expected him to be. So Cape Verde did their thing and won the game, and deservedly so.
What did you make of your friend Ayu?
Which one?
The one.
The other statesman or the Crystal Palace?
The love of your life, the Crystal Palace.
Which one?
The love of your life, the one of Crystal Palace, the dribbler.
Jordan. See, I like him. Okay? The only Ayu that kept his hair on his head. I like Jordan. But Jordan doesn't have it anymore. I'm reducing my voice so that you cannot quote me. This is a disclaimer voice. I kept screaming at Jordan today. I was like, yo, when it's time to kick corner kicks, they give it to Jordan. When it's time for free kicks, it goes to Jordan. I'm like, no, please, this is not time for seniority and highest cap and something. There's this boy that they have there. I can't even remember his name. One guy, they always have the dreads though.
I can't
remember the guy's name. The guy that scored that goal that they disallowed. There was a goal that was disallowed.
I think it's Penstill.
Because somebody was standing there. I'm trying to remember his name. He had dreads.
Yes, I remember. You
remember him, right?
Is it not Penstill?
No, not Penstill. No, I know Penstill. What is their name?
Ashewu something that starts with an A.
Something like that. Yeah. So the guy, he has that one touch. If he gives that shot, the one he gave hits the bar. So why are you giving Jordan a free kick when you have somebody like this? It's not a case of senior. If I see, just like we are going to agree that they are going through a transition. And then they now decided to bring the elder statesman. And that is telling us if he scores, this is going to be the seventh game that he's scoring. We're not here to count statistics. We want action.
Yeah, they say he's gonna he has made the record 8 appearances.
Appearances.
But if he scores, that would be also record the scoring in 7 different.
What did he add to that game? In fact, he not pay as income self. They can't make that mistake. When go take enter. I was there watching my younger brother. He kept telling me there's going to be a goal. Last minute, Cape Verde, who do they have? A bunch of homegrown guys. And then Bebe. Bebe was
that guy is the wrong. I don't know if you know how to rate that guy. He shouldn't eat dinner today. He missed a lot of chances for Cape Verde. They would have ended up Ghana a long time ago. Yes.
Oh, no, Bebe is not there to score goals for you. Bebe is like when you send a dog on somebody, on your neighbor you don't like. Just to threaten your neighbor. That's Bebe. He has the weight.
The guy squandered the
He has the speed. Yeah. Don't expect him to. There's nothing he can see. He's not that player that you say, okay, you know what? This is what I want you to do. But when you need a dog to run after somebody and frustrate the person, that's what Bebe does. He's been doing it all his career. Ask Manchester United now. How far now? They know Bebe now.
Was it the same one that played in United?
Yeah, it's the same.
Wow. Bebe now. Because he's
the person bought 8 million on the streets. Okay, yeah, I remember he said he was.
Yeah, that's it. Once you see his face, you'll know. Yeah, that's it.
Wow, I didn't remember.
Are we talking about
that game?
Sorry?
I said, what's your thoughts? Did you the Ghana Cape Verde game?
Yeah, no, I already said it was a good game. Honestly, the Jordan Ayew, whenever he retires, we need to organize a game, right? Organize a game and with no goalkeepers, just place him in front of the goal as close as possible to the goal and just line up balls. Let him just put balls into the net. That guy is the most useless non-scoring striker you can ever get.
My God!
Oh my God! I've never seen, well, anyway, I'll stop now because Arsenal plays the Crystal Palace next. The next thing now he's going to score against Arsenal.
He cannot.
That guy is so useless. I can't even. I don't know where to start. As useless as they come, as far as forwards are concerned, but he's physically gifted. Looks like a proper player. Acts like a proper player. Controls the ball like a proper player. He will do every other thing apart from his job, which is to score
for you. No.
Or create a proper chance for.
Or create a proper chance.
Has he finished spinning? You say create sweet chance. He's always spinning. I don't know why he's always spinning.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the guy whose name is probably the first name of the team sheet for Crystal Palace. So you guys put some respect on his name.
It is same thing.
No, Justice, please take out time and watch Jordan. You will understand what we're saying.
I mean, your left or right back will go home and use Aboniki and stuff on their body, but
yes,
consider a goal.
Yes.
But they won't consider goal. That's just, it's not effective or efficient. It will walk you and walk you and walk you, but that's just it. That's just all you're going to get from him. And this doesn't look good for the big guns. Obviously, Nigeria is on the verge of, if they don't win the next game, they probably will leave the tournament. Ghana has just started with a loss. This is not Egypt managed to, do. I think they salvaged the draw as well. It probably looks like a time where new names are going to take over the reins in African football. I don't know what you guys think about that. Is it possible? Chom, I know you do a lot of work in the grassroots Nigerian football. I don't know much. I've not been, because of the way the Super Eagles have been performing some years now, I've not really been following what's going on. But having you there, I know you have a lot of information that we don't have. What's your take? Do you think powers are exchanging hands in African football? you know, apart from Cote d'Ivoire, which I think have managed to stay as the big guns.
I mean, I think in African football, you shouldn't write off any team.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible. Like, we shouldn't. I mean, did you watch Egypt Mozambique? Did you watch that game?
No, I didn't, but I saw some clips of it, highlights of it. Yeah, Egypt managed to salvage something out of the game. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we know, before we know, end of the day, either Egypt wins it or Nigeria and Cameroon or what's their name, Cote d'Ivoire.
But that's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. It looks like things are changing now. These other teams are beginning to punch above their weight, and they probably take over from.
They're using Nigeria as a punching bag.
No, it's not even, you know, it's not about punching bags. I think like other African countries are joining the conversation all of a sudden, because if you look at Guinea-Bissau, I checked them out before we play them, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't us that played Guinea-Bissau. It was Ivory Coast.
It was Ivory Coast. Yeah.
Played Guinea-Bissau, and half of their team were homegrown. Half of them were homegrown boys, like boys that have not even played outside Guinea, like Guinea-Bissau, like they haven't played outside, but they are from, you know, grassroots football teams or local teams and all of that. These boys are being groomed to understand the game of football, like in this kind of competition. Well, we're talking Cape Verde. How far Cape Verde now? We lost to them before. We have lost to them before. Now, Ghana, our wait, I call them now, pride of Africa, when they say, okay, as we draw, make Ghana go make West Africa proud. Now, what can we even say about the likes of Senegal and Cameroon that are in a group that looks like, you know, boogie groups? Do you understand? So boys are stepping up. You don't even know what to expect. I mean, tomorrow, somebody might play wait, I won't call it Cameros or something. And
yeah, if you... I know as a Wenger used to coach Arsenal, so I kind of still follow his activities in FIFA, and I know the project that he has right now that he's heading. They're trying to, you know, develop the game in every nation around the world. Obviously, some of these small countries, maybe, of course, will embrace these projects better because they feel they need it. Countries like Nigeria would probably take the money and believe that developmentally we are up there. So maybe that's what's happening. Maybe some of these small countries are beginning to, you know, probably use what they can get from this program by FIFA to develop football in other small countries who are not known as footballing nations, because FIFA is bringing technical people to teach, to develop, even to the essence of developing a philosophy for a whole nation on how they should approach football. Probably these things are beginning to yield results for some of these smaller countries, while the big ones probably think that they don't need it. You know, so yeah, it might be a time, we're looking at a time where new names are going to enter into the echelon of African football, and that will be interesting. I mean, nobody's name is, we're talking about Aston Villa trying to make top 4 in EPL. Why can't that happen in national competitions? You know, so yeah, I think that, well, we'll see how it goes. Our viewers, don't forget to stick with us. We are going to be giving you analysis and numbers, statistics, and happenings in the AFCON as they come. This year's competition looks like it's a no man's, it's all comers. Anybody can grab it. Nobody has exerted any kind of authority on anybody, apart from maybe Cote d'Ivoire playing at home and winning their first game, which we think probably will be like the 12th man effect. But for what we have seen so far in all the games, it looks like anybody could beat anybody and anybody could win this tournament. So Nigerian fans out there, do not have their hopes too high that this team is going to come with the trophy. We wish they do, and we hope they do, and we'll keep cheering them. But from what we have seen, it looks like there is the hope is hanging in the balance, and anything could. You could say it was the first game syndrome, yes, but I mean, we didn't see enough to trust that these boys are going to do us proud. But we can only hope and keep supporting.
So Nigeria is actually playing Ivory Coast next, which means Equatorial Guinea is playing Guinea-Bissau.
Yes.
So there's a possibility that Nigeria could be sitting last on the table come Thursday. A buddy of mine had asked who was showing the AFCON, and I told him Sky Sports this tournament decided to pick up the games. But I also told him, look, he's a Man U fan, and I told him if you think Man U is bad, wait until Nigeria takes the field. Nigeria, let's just abandon all hope. As much as I love the country, I don't see us going beyond the group stages. If we didn't go beyond the group stages in the last tournaments, that we had more of a chance. I think we won our first 2 games or our first 3 games or so. And then Okoye did his modeling thing, and we ended up getting knocked out. I don't
Why
see
is
us.
it Okoye now? Why? They were
I
like,
mean,
it was him now.
Shaba, we have a female. We have a female here. Don't go there. Let's stick.
oh, that's their players though.
Let's stick with football.
Team,
But they say in every clan as a silver lining, if Osimhen decides to wear his scoring boots, Nigeria can still do bits because somehow they still manufacture chances, and only if you can stay onside. The only fortune I have with Osimhen, I don't know if he deliberately stays offside. He's always caught offside. Can he just stay onside? Because some of the chances that came today, if he was onside, maybe he would have scored one of those chances. So I'm not losing hope on Nigeria because from what I saw today, as bad as they played, they still created chances. Osimhen had chances to win that game. So it's possible that they could do the same and still manage to, because we have individual players who can do bits. So if they decide to do what they're supposed to do, what they can do, then there is hope for Nigeria. But other than that, there isn't much to hope and pray for. And we only, of course, as fans and as competitors, we're going to wish them and hope that Nigeria will do bits. To win the tournament, I don't know about that, but coming out in the group stage, I'm not going to wish or even think about that. They will have enough to stay in the tournament, and that's the way I will see it. So, our viewers, thank you for staying with us today. Like I said, stick with us and rely on us to get the medicine for those who are not able to watch the time, especially our viewers in the United States who probably, because of our schedule at work and time difference, will not have time to see the games. You can rely on transit to get a picture of what is going on in the AFCON, and we'll continue to do that. Thank you guys for stopping by. Choma, ever reliable. Justice, I hope we can continue to see. We'll see you more these days. Try and make some time. Forget about these dollars.
Absolutely.
And keep this with us. We really need you here. We have missed your perspective, especially from United point of view on the channel.
No worries. The next time, or the first time United has a very, very solid win, I will be the one to call you and ask you to set me up for an interview.
Okay, bro.
But yeah, I plan on making it on the show more frequently this time. The Ember months are over, so now we're in cruise control. So hopefully I can make more appearances.
One thing I did, we're going to adjust the schedule. We're going to be doing more shows on Sunday. I know that you have you're free on Sundays, so probably we'll try and fit in United related contents on Sundays, and we hope to have you more. Thank you guys for coming on the show. Choma, thank you very, very much. We really appreciate this. I think this should be Monday in Nigeria already, and you're still up keeping a date with us. Thank you. Really appreciate you, and bye for now. Ciao, guys.
All right. Bye.